Hello friends, Tony here. This is part 2 of our COVID data analysis app. So as we have mentioned it earlier in our previous video, so we'll be checking step-by-step scenarios like how we can understand all the binding in this application. So as part of that, what we decided, like we will add one more data set and we will see like how we will get the data and how it's binding in all the other components. So as part of that, what we need to do first, we need to call an API. So it's API in the sense like, so we need to get the COVID data based on the this raw data 6. So this June 5 to June 19th data set we need to get from that API. So that API is something which will provide the data which we required. So basically there are many ways which you can call an API from an application. So in our Vue application, here we are going to use a npm package named Axios. So this Axios will make all the process very easily, and you can so you can see their documentation in their npm site. So you can do like a yarn add Axios, so it will add to your package.json. So you can see the Axios package is already included in my project. So if you go to the component, so this is the dataset component is the one which we are seeing here. So here we have already 5 dataset, so we need to include one more dataset. So as we can see, like currently it is just hard coded, so each data set manually we are adding it. So in ideal world it should be dynamically binded based on how many cards you need to display in the UI. So it will be basically a for loop and we will be binding it. But here, for the sake of understanding, we are just created each card separately. So as part of refactoring, we will be changing it into the for loop. So now what we need to do, like we need a div, so to place all our content. So here how it is, how the things works, like we have 2 set of div. So one will be the loading session. So for loading we are using another package, and another one is the actual div. So what we will do, I already added that code, so we will just uncomment it. So as you can see, so we have a loading flag we are checking. So if it's until the data loaded, it will be in the loading form. So we are using this scale loader. So for loading, we are using another package. So you can see, yeah, Vue spinners. Yeah, this is the package which we are using for loading. So that also you can same way you can add to your project. So if you don't need a spinner, you can just directly bind it. You can just go ahead and directly bind it without the spinner. So this is that scale loader. So there are many loaders available, so you can use like whichever component you need to be added to your project. So once the loading is false, then the data has been loaded. It will come here. It will fill in all the details. So the main thing, like to get this data, we need to make an API call. So as I mentioned earlier, so you need to make an API call. So ideally, so here we already have a data load service, and from there we are getting the data. So if it's not a service, how it's going to be. So we are already import. Currently it's not there, but we need to import Axios package. Then what you need to do, so it's to fetch the data. So what you need to do, you need to make like Axios dot get. Here you will pass the URL whatever you want to, from which API you want to get the data. Then you will be giving dot, then you will be getting response. So basically the callback function you will be providing here. So what needs to be done after getting the data? So here what you are going to do, so here you will be just assigning this dot data to response node data. So this is one way, so here you will be calling the API. So if you check here, you will be like API COVID-19 or slash that particular API name. So if you check here, so basically any of this, this is in CSV format. So they have another set of API which will give the data in JSON as well. So that will look something. So let's go to the services. That will look something similar to, like it will be like api.org slash raw data 6.json. So this will be giving that all data in the JSON format. So this is the API we need to call here. So this is going to perform the same action, but so we have refactored that code. So it's not good like in all the component you are importing the Axios and doing the get, post, put, all the HTTP verbs actions. So what we are doing is, like in that case, we are creating a service. So what this service does, so we will go to this data load service. So there we have a get dataset method. So there we will be passing which dataset we need. So and here we are importing the data load service as well. So as you can see here I am using TypeScript, and it's a class based component declaration. So there are many ways, like there another way, like you can just define the component using TypeScript or class based. So this is Vue 2. I just started with this approach. I'm just following it. Vue 3 and all, like inbuilt TypeScript support is there. So there, like you can just define the component, and all the other related libraries are available. So here we are using this Vue property decorator to get the prop, watch, and all the other required methods, functions. So let's go to our data load service. So here we are importing the Axios, and then we are creating a API client. So what this API client will be having, so we are doing in like axios.create. So we need to give the base URL, then with credential. So this is not a authenticated API, anyone can access it, and what and all the header types you are expecting. So so suppose you want to do a like a authentication of that API, then that also you can handle through here. So we will show that in another video, like how we can do authentication. Like suppose you created your own API and it needs to be without only the specified authenticated user only should be able to access that API. So how you can control that. So those details we will show it in another video. So here we just given these details. Then so we are in our so we are just exporting that default and this get dataset function. So here we are expecting an input, and that will be like our get method. So whatever data returns here, it will be available here. So now we came to our get patient data 6, and there we are fetching data from this raw data 6. Then whatever data coming here, then we are making this loading equal. As soon as we get data, so we are setting the loading to false, and then we are binding the data to here. So what will happen? So then whenever the loading is false, it will go to the else part, then it's just bind the data. So here whatever the length of the data, that is our total data count, and we know like which data range that value, so we are just mentioning that name. So these things need to be refactored, as I mentioned earlier. So here and now we are just we are only creating the cards. In ideal scenario, it should be like all data should be dynamically populated. So in that, once we refactor to that mode, we will be adding all those details, like or there will be like, now we can see like 6 cards. So in that case there will be only one div, and we will be looping through all and we will be binding it. So next step we will be doing that refactoring. So then we will be like, as soon as user click, we need to apply that data set as the common data set. So as we move to that section, we need to cover a little bit about Vuex and how we are managing the state. So that part we will be covering in our upcoming videos. So the outcome of this video, like only the Axios call, how to make an Axios call and how to get the data binded to the UI. So the remaining part, like how, like as you can see, like in UI, like if you come and you apply any specific data set, so the data has been changed to that, and all other calculation is happening based on the new data set. So this part we will be covering in our next video, like with the Vuex part, how we are managing the state and how it is being communicated with the different components. So as we have like 1 or 2 components, it's easy to transfer the data. You can use prop and events to communicate between parent and child component. But when you have more components, it's not that easy to maintain all the data in, like you can't pass up and down in that way. So you need to have a store mechanism. So Vuex provide that state mechanism. So if you use Angular and all other kind of application, you can use observable pattern, like the observable, that subscription, that approach you can use. That approach also you can use, like RxJS and the observable, that's another approach. But Vue, if you want to go with Vue, like pure Vue, you need to use the Vue store, the Vue state mechanism. So that we will be covering in our upcoming videos. So one thing we need to do is like the refactoring. Next is the store, how we are keeping the data in, like how we are storing the data in different sessions. So that part we'll be covering in our upcoming videos. So as we can see, so we have our store and all the how we are managing the state, all those details you can see here. So this we will be covering in our upcoming videos. So we'll do step by step, so it will be easy to digest all the things. So from this section, I think like you are clear on like how to make a API call using Axios, and how to create a service and reuse it in like wherever you want. So suppose you want to get the data set in another component, you can just import this service and just call that method and pass the input, you will get the data. Okay, so that's all from this video.